Hey, it is December. We are having a truly terrible winter in Truckee. So, like usual in that scenario, we are in Nevada City. We're getting ready to ride the Parliament trails, which have been open for a couple years, but we've never ridden before. All right, this is Talon Show. Sky berm. So we often come down and ride here in the winter, especially if either the winter's bad in Truckee and there's no skiing, or there's so much snow that we get sick of it. But last year we've had pretty medium winters, so I guess we just haven't come down. But like I said, we've never ridden these Parliament trails, even though they've been open for a bit. I started out riding hard on it, even though I've never ridden it before, which is not a very good habit. I guess I was just so used to riding hoot, like that one I know like the back of my hand. So I started out down it like I started down hoot, and it's not the same. It's interesting, it's very close geographically to hoot, but it's on the other side of Highway 20, these trails, and must have slightly different types of forest, because I do not ever remember there being this many leaves in hoot. Yeah, there's 4 or 5 downhill only trails in this little network. The climbing trail, and then connector trails over to Scott's Flat and Hoot and some of the others. Really well signed. When we're having a bad winter up in Truckee, in Tahoe, it is very common to run into people we know on the Nevada City bike trails. And I actually dropped my gravel bike off at Paco's bike shop in Truckee to get some work done, and mentioned that we were... Get off just a sec.
Oh, worries. All good, no worries.
So I dropped my gravel bike off at Paco's in Truckee for some work, and mentioned that we were coming to Nevada City, and said, well, say hi to everyone else in Truckee, which we haven't seen anyone that we know, but won't be surprised. Yeah, it's busy. And beautiful Sunday, and no one can ski. Well, I think technically Melrose is open, and Sugar Bowl has the tubing hill open, and maybe the bunny hill. Oh God, should have shifted there. Now we're on Shimmer. There's a climbing trail. We went up about a mile, 450-ish feet of climbing. I would have preferred it a little shorter and steeper. Too many switchbacks for my taste, but at least it wasn't too steep. So I have to say, the one downside of these trails is that there are not a lot of great places to pull over and let people pass, and they're very busy, but everyone's been super nice about it so far. Woo! Woo! That was a turn into steep with some loose. Oh no, I got that. Woo! Keep going. Have to come through these trails later in the winter when all the leaves have blown off. Now I can see where I'm going. Ugh. One thing about a city is that there's poison oak. So I always get really nervous when there are branches reaching into the trails. It's mostly been pretty clear, but especially this time of year when lots of things have dropped their leaves, so it just sticks, and even the sticks can give you poison oak. I've had my new tires on for kind of like end of September, mid-September now. I have a Maxxis Dissector in the rear and Schwalbe Albert Trail and the new radial tires in the front, and man, it is not just hype. I love that tire. I would highly recommend. We've had it in all sorts of stuff, you know, like dry and dusty in September up here, and then rode it in the Northwest in the Hero Dirt. It's so great and everything.